today. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about just where your game is and what, at this stage in your career, what do you try to get out of training camp as far as establishing yourself and how you can help this team?
Really just stacking days and see if you get a little bit better. As a vet, you try to come in and help the young guys get ahead and try to give them that knowledge of how to make it through camp and how to take care of their bodies and things like that. But for myself personally, just trying to be a little bit better, whether that's on the edge or on the inside, wherever I can get better at,
You're such a good example of how defensive linemen have come here and kind of flourished. What is it about the culture here that has allowed you to do that?
It's really a standard, obviously we got the big names and things like that, but individually we don't expect any drop off, no matter who's in the game. There's a standard set as a 49er, and when you come in, you want to uphold that, and you want to just do your part to help the team win.
Without Nick Bosa here, kind of what opportunity have you seen that for the young guys?
Just more reps, I think in this league it's all about reps, and if you can get as many reps as you can, it's going to help you in the long run. And we know when Nick gets here, he's going to hit the ground running. So we got to take advantage of the extra reps we can get and have that translate over to the season for us.
Kerry, which of the young defensive linemen have stood out to you thus far?
I got to say Marlon has been doing an amazing job, and I want to say and all the young guys have shown flashes, especially Rob Bill when he's been out there. You can't coach speed, and he's one of those guys that definitely, when he gets out there, you can see the athleticism and you can see the speed.
What have you noticed about Hargrave so far, about being with him since training camp started?
He's a game wrecker, man. He's a guy that's going to make plays. He's going to make our entire defense better. When he's out there, you definitely feel his presence, and him and Eric inside and Kinlaw and all those guys, man, they're going to rave havoc this year.
You've only been here for a few weeks, but what do you make of Taco Charlton's game and how he's developed under Chris?
Oh, he's done a great job coming in and trying to do what he's coached to do. I was with Taco in 19, and I know he has a lot of promise, and he can definitely make an impact. So he's taking the coach and he's adjusting to the scheme, and he's doing well.
Kerry, your motor revs really, really hard, and I'm just kind of wondering, is that a trait that you can pass to some of the younger players on this unit?
I think definitely. I think they just got to know that every play isn't promised, and we're a group that you just give it all you got, and we send the next group in. So as a pro, you want to give it all you got for every play, and because you never know when it's up, So just give it all you got, and the next guy come in and pick up where you left off.
Thanks, Kerry.
All right, thank you guys.
At this point, you got a firm enough grasp of the defense that you can just go play as fast as you want to play?
I would say I got a good grasp of how the defense goes right now. I think right now is just maximizing my opportunities when I go in there and just kind of, making plays at the end of the day.
What's the biggest challenge for you to do that?
I think, just staying on top of the playbook. There's always going to be some type of transition throughout it. So just kind of locking in on the details and, like I said, maximizing those.
What have you been able to glean from Fred and Dre Greenlaw in that row?
I think, just being able to, identify, certain keys of the offensive line, what do they like to do on particular downs, like if they're heavy on their hands, light, stuff like that. I think those little details, with Dre and Fred, I think they, help me improve on reading those keys quicker.
Did you know much about Fred and Dre before you got here?
I actually kept up with Fred when I transitioned to the linebacker position my freshman year in college. I started watching him a little bit, and it's kind of amazing how, God works and kind of put me in the room to learn from him. So definitely grateful for that opportunity.
So what's that been like for you? Can you kind of identify just being familiar with him to now knowing him and seeing why he's as good as he is?
Yeah, he comes to work every day, man. Same energy every day, and I think that's just something that us rookies see, like me and Jalen, and we look up to him, and we kind of want to prevail our game like him.
What was your position in high school before linebacker?
Pretty much everything. I played quarterback, running back, receiver, played somewhat of a safety position. Coach pretty much lined me up in a deep third and told me don't let anyone behind you, so that was about it.
So your linebacker room here, it seems that a lot of the guys have a DB-like background. Just even Fred in college seemed to play kind of a DB-like position. Is that
Right.
something that you guys talk about, that all of you supposedly, I think, can cover and run because you do come from that DB background?
Yeah, I think Coach Holland, he just like versatile players, linebackers who can cover in, run and, hit players. So I think that's just something that they find huge in the linebacker core.
In the national semi, you were just shooting gaps and getting in the backfield. I'm just kind of wondering, is that all film study? It seems like when you see it, you don't hesitate.
Yeah, it was pretty much all film study. Our coaches told us their O-linemen, anytime it's a run, they're pretty heavy on their hands. So to just trust your instincts and, just go play football and have fun. And I think that's the biggest thing that I did that game, and I kind of maximized every opportunity that I got.
Anything else for Dee? All right, thanks, Dee.
How's your camp going so far?
Good. Just really been trying to learn and watch Fred and Dre and the different guys every day and try and pick up on little things to expand my game.
It seems that you were really flying around with some confidence on Sunday. Do you feel that you've kind of hit that point that rookies, they talk about it, they learn the playbook and then they can play fast? Do you think that you've hit that?
Not necessarily always, just trying to keep learning every day with the new installs and different things and learning the plays, but also just going out and playing, knowing to play at 110% anyways, it'll take care of some of the little mistakes and things like that.
Jalen, at Purdue, you played kind of the star role, the hybrid role, and now you can play all three linebacker spots. Where do you feel most comfortable, and how are you making that transition?
It's not really any one spot where I feel the most comfortable, just because I have been moving around, but I've been playing a lot of Mike recently, so I've been getting the hang of it, and I got Fred to watch, so that's a great guy to try and pick up on things and see how he does different calls and things like that, and just try to work on my game from there.
Is there anything kind of funny to adjust to, hearing a radio in your helmet?
Yeah, it's just funny, like you say, it's a radio in your helmet, and you got the speaker talking to you, so it's just a little different.
Or try to catch yourself talking back, but you can't?
A little bit, like early on, probably a couple weeks ago, yeah.
So what's kind of stood out to you as far as looking at Fred Warner in that room and kind of maybe opening your eyes to see why he's as good as he is?
Well, just really the whole room coming into it, just seeing their work ethic and how they come in every day and treat every day like it's pretty much the last day. So they come in trying to get better at something every day. There's no, you never want to kind of stay here, always want to keep getting better each day and stack the days. So really just coming in every day with that same mindset to go get better.
A lot of times when you come in a situation like this where there are established starters, you're going to be asked to potentially be a special teams player. Maybe you haven't done that for a long time in college. What's that like, trying to make that transition, knowing that might be your role on this?
It's definitely cool, just trying to get out on the field as any way that I can. And then in college, I played every special teams throughout my career, and then most recently just being on kickoff and things like that. So it's kind of good just seeing the transition from college to NFL, how the special teams is, and just trying to get on the field any way I can.
What is that transition? What's different on this level?
Just the minor details, like the little things, and really, I think for me the biggest thing is how we game plan the other team and how we know different things that they like to do. So,
Pretty well-known linebacker from Purdue in this building. Has he talked to you at all?
Yeah, I try and when I see him in crossing paths and things like that, just always tell me to keep my head down, keep working, and keep doing the right thing.
You know about him before you came here?
Yeah, a little bit before I came, I did. Yep.
There was a play Sunday where you were flagged for unnecessary roughness. Tell me about that play and just kind of what you saw and what was the feedback you got from the coaching after that?
So feedback I got was just touch him, because I had just seen him. He rolled a couple of times and nobody was around him, and really I got to be able to come under control, and I wasn't even trying to hit him hard or anything. So just come under control, just touch him and tap him down.
You find, when I saw that, I thought, well, it's probably better at this stage to have somebody who wants to put his nose in the action and mix it up rather than trying to dial it up. How do you approach that as a linebacker as far as playing fast and furious, or but also knowing when to draw that line.
I think that's just the balance that you kind of had to find, like you said, playing linebacker, and do that by watching some of the older guys, Flan, Fred, Curtis, everybody, just trying to watch them. And like you said, you still want to be as physical and play as fast as you can, but it's obviously a balance in between that where you have to still be patient and do the right thing. So.
You play with a lot of aggression. Steve Wilkes told us yesterday that he thinks he really liked what you did between the tackles, but he thinks that you need to maybe put on some weight. What are you playing at right now, and do you agree with that? Do you need to put on some weight to get through the season?
When I just weighed in, I was 225 after practice. So whatever the coaches need me to do, if they feel I need to put on a little bit more weight to be able to sustain and be there throughout the season and everything, then that's what I need to do. And just really just finding that balance on a good weight where I can still fly around and play fast and then be physical as well.
Before you were selected, they took Dee in the, I think it was a round earlier. Obviously, I would think you knew that you were on the 49ers radar at that point. Do you remember when Dee got drafted, and what were you thinking at that point?
I don't remember specifically when Dee got drafted, just because I was in the little different room in my house with other than the TV playing. But I was just when I got the call from the 49ers, I was just excited, ready to come work.
I mean, I guess the talk was in the room. They had you guys rated pretty equally, and they took, they got lucky, I guess. They got him in one round and you in the next. Did you know him before, and what kind of relationship have you guys formed, and is it easier to be breaking in with somebody in your same position like that?
No, I didn't know him initially before, but since we both been here, first it was Zoom meetings right after we got drafted, so that was great, just being able to get to know him. And then when we got down here, just like you said, it does make it a little easier coming in with a rookie, and being able to everything like that's new to me is also new to him, and then we can talk to each other about different things, bounce ideas off each other's head, learning the playbook together and things like that, so that's been good.
Obviously, you don't want any of your teammates hurt, but Oren's out right now. Obviously, he was going for that third linebacker spot. You're a rookie, but do you see that as maybe a goal for you later this year to kind of carve a role into that third spot?
I can't really predict the future or anything, just whatever the coaches got for us, and then just go out every day and try and get better.
All right. Thanks, Jalen.
Thank you.